So my sister's friend and her girlfriend come back. They come pick me up. I go home. And the next day I get I got a text. And it was from him, which was New Year's. And he was like, I want to give you the G card. And, like I said, at this time, like, I'm 26 and he's 21. So I'm like, is this some type of new language these kids are speaking now? Because, huh? So I called him. I said, what do you mean the G card? What is the G card? Because I'm thinking in my head, if it's a credit card, baby, I got bills to pay. But he was like, no, it's the girlfriend card. I want to give you the girlfriend card. I said, wait, you're asking me to be your girlfriend? He's like, yeah, I want you to be my girlfriend. I said, wait, are you sure about this? I'm like, you're only 21. Like, I don't mind us kicking it or whatever, but you know what I'm looking for from, if I'm going to be your girlfriend, I want to get married. I want to have a house and start, start getting into my career. I really want that in my future. And you're only 21. I don't think you're ready for that type of commitment. Oh, I'm ready for that type of commitment. I've been out in the streets since I was 18, 19 years old. I lived that life. I had the girls, what I'm saying? I want a family too. So yeah, I do want that with you. So I'm like, I asked him again. I said, are you sure? Are you sure? He's like, stop asking me that. Are you going to accept it or not? So I'm like, okay, let me think about it. You know what I'm saying? Then I'll, let you know. Of course I said yes. I said yeah, because nobody treated me like that. And then for the longest, with the first one saying that I wouldn't find nobody because I had 2 kids and all this other stuff. So he started coming around more. We start spending more time together. And around this time, like at the job, it's still like up and down, but I'm not really like focused on it. So mind you, he's doing what do they call them dudes that are bums that leeches off their girlfriends? Like, I forgot. But basically, he was dropping me off at work and then taking my car. I started noticing that he would come like really late sometimes. So then I would like kind of say like, why you don't be coming to pick me up on time or whatever. He was like, oh, it's my cousin, this and that. Like, he was always making some kind of excuse. So when we actually, another red flag, like there was one, he was gonna spend like the whole weekend with me because I had like a whole weekend or whatever. And my best friend, this is the time when she would take like everybody's kid. And around this time, it was my daughter, my son. She would take Isabel's kids. She would take, at the time, because Tasha only had one child, and she would take her daughter, and then she would have Joe and Nixon's kids help her with all the kids, because they had kids that was like in middle school and high school. They had like kids that, all was going all the way down. And so around this, oh my God, there was so many stuff that happened that year. 2012 was like, my God. Like, it was just crazy. It was crazy, 2012. So, but I started noticing, like, he would purposely like get into these little arguments with me. Like, sometimes, no, let me go back to when the weekend that he spent the weekend with me. Mind you, you already know you're going to be at my house, which I wasn't really thinking. I was just I was happy that I can like sleep with him without like me having to wait for Khadijah to not be there, so my kids could sleep in her room, so we can have a night together. It was like, so it was like the first weekend, like we could actually like spend time with each other. But I didn't really like, I wasn't paying attention. I didn't realize he didn't bring no clothes, no changing clothes, no nothing like that, because he still took showers. So I'm like, so on the third day when he's about to leave, that's when I noticed that. I was like, why didn't you bring extra clothes if you knew he was going to be here for the weekend? He was like, I was at my boy's house and I totally forgot, and then you was already on your way. I didn't want you to go out of your way because I know with your license situation, I didn't want you having to go back to my sister's house, blase swaze. Now, when I say it out loud, it didn't make any sense. It really didn't. So, but I started noticing, because when his cousin would come over, he liked it, Khadijah. And mind you, he was trying to get with Khadijah for the longest time. So when we are all kind of sit and chill and talk together, Khadijah and my dude be going at it about me. Like, there was one time, like, I had made, like, this, the fried noodles or whatever. And when I'll ask you, do you like it? So I know what you like, so I know how to cook it and everything like that. He's like, yeah, this is good. This is good. And then she was like, we was all talking about something, and then talking about how come a lot of dudes are not honest with their girlfriends or whatever like that. And, I forgot what he said, and I'm just sitting there like cooking or whatever, and she turns to him, she was like, oh, you lying, because you told that's fried noodles, you was talking about how that was so nasty, and how you wasn't used to eating like that. So I turned and I looked, I said, why y'all arguing about me? I don't get it. Even to this day, I feel like they messed around. To my heart of hearts, I felt like they messed around. And what made me like, because he ended up like, oh my God, it was just like, so anyways, I know they messed around for her. I know. I just don't have the proof. But I know, because the way they used to act, and then to find out that him and his friend used to, because he ended up telling me, like, because Khadijah ended up getting into a quote unquote relationship while she was in at my house, but she was still bringing other dudes to my house while she was in this relationship with this dude. So he ended up telling me, like, because he seemed like, I don't really go nowhere unless I go to my best friend's house. I'm at my house. And he was like, to be honest with you, because we knew about Khadijah already at your best friend's apartment, because there was some dudes that were saying that they got that even in the parking lot. So we already knew. That's why his cousin was so mad that she was playing hard to get, because they already knew her reputation. So he thought I was like that until he started to get to know me, and he was like, I didn't give it up the way she gave it up, because it took some time for him to even get it. And even then I wasn't really impressed. Like, so